gang member.
Hello.
How you feeling?
Feeling good. Happy to be here.
Episode 90 going down today.
Yes, sir.
10 episodes left in season 2. Mm-hmm. Super excited for today's episode, bro.
Big one.
This is a guy that we've been trying to get in here for quite some time too, but with his profession,
he's traveling a lot.
yeah, it sometimes gets tough to get these guys in here because even when they're not traveling and doing, fighting and doing whatever, they're training like all the time, bro. So I don't think people realize sometimes how difficult it is to get these kind of guests in here for the show. But as you know, I mean, this is like our favorite kind of guest that comes. I'm excited. Through, yeah, so I'm really excited for it as well. How was your week?
My week was good. Actually, I did want to tell you about, so you know how I'm a commercial electrician. I deal with like high voltage stuff.
Yeah.
I had to do some low voltage this week for the first time ever in my life. And that, like internet cables, like Cat 6 cables.
Yeah.
It has like 2, 4, 6, 8 little tiny wires in it, and you have to like put them in certain spots. It really fucking sucks. And
so low voltage is more like kind of like cameras. IT
yeah,
stuff.
It's like IT.
Okay.
I'm not a fucking IT guy.
Yeah, no, you're an electrician.
I deal with shit. I could kill you. Not a little. It was just kind of lame, but I mean, it was a change in my week. But I never want to do it again.
Good thing or bad thing?
Bad.
Looking back.
Good, because I did it, but bad. Yeah. Okay, so there's like this stigma. You know how in the gym world, bodybuilders hate CrossFitters, or like in the food world, vegans hate like meat eaters.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like that with high voltage and low voltage guys. So like the fact that I did anything low voltage, I'm like, damn.
Like, can't go back to work and tell the boys about this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, not a flex.
But here it is on the podcast that everybody can see.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. At least you got the experience doing it, because I feel like in the end of the day, I mean, experience doesn't hurt, And if you ever go to one, I think everyone knows at this point, sometimes your job will really piss you off.
And that shit's so easy. Like, now I can do it at home. If you ever need some internet, I got you, bro.
Oh, perfect. So I just go ahead and tell Xfinity, no, we're done. I'm just going to go with Joey Allen Wi-Fi.
I don't have any service, but yeah, I can hook it up for you.
Perfect. No, good shit, bro. That's always a good, nice to kind of try something out throughout the week. Yeah, switch it up.
How was your week?
Good. Really good. I'm not going to lie. Very productive. This week I was I tried to really lock in on like just making sure I got protein and carbs in this week, because for everyone that's been kind of keeping up with it, dude, I've been in the gym heavy.
My boy getting
just
swole.
Every fucking night, bro. Like, I'm almost to a point now to where it's like I when the rest day comes around and I'm not going to go to the gym, like I'm kind of bummed, bro, because it's like I just want to keep building. Yeah, it's a habit for sure. But no, man, solid week, very productive.
Good shit.
Did a lot of stuff for the pod this week too.
Veins sticking out right now.
You see that shit, bro? You see that shit,
bro?
See, that's the thing is for me, like on a Saturday like today, I'm going to be in the gym for probably 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Like during the week, man, I can only get in there for maybe an hour, sometimes 45 minutes. But I'm in there just like, I'm doing the full workout. I'm just doing it very quick, Very little rest time in between sets, lots of supersets, things like that. But today, bro, it's like chest day, bro. I'm being that bitch for 2, maybe 3 hours today. As soon as we finish this episode, bro, I'm getting in that gym because, I like seeing the growth. I like seeing the gains, and I think a lot of people that are trying to get into the gym, they just want like that end result, but they don't actually love the process. Mm-hmm. And if you want those end results, you almost have to love the process, because it's such a long process, right? Mm-hmm. Like for me,
unless you do steroids, you could make it quick. Just throwing that out there.
Let's be honest. Have you ever thought about it? Because like there was a point, man, where you were so swole and you were in that bitch way more than I was ever in it, and you were doing the like supplements where it was like, it wasn't. I mean,
some
crazy.
of them were questionable.
Facts.
Some of the supplements. There was one that I got. I went back to get it like a couple months later, and that bitch was banned. So I'm like, okay, that shit was crazy. Yeah,
drop it on here.
But
you don't have to.
It was a pro hormone. I think it was DMZ.
Does that just like help you? Does it like produce more testosterone, or does it do like muscle growth? Like what is
it's muscle growth and like appetite. What's the opposite of suppressant? It fuels your appetite. Like it forces you have to eat. So
that's
you
dope.
do grow. I mean, it was cool, but I don't know. No, I've never really thought about doing steroids.
Because you put on weight quick, bro. Like eating. Positive weight too. Like it's not like you're not looking fat or anything. But it was cool how when you were in that shit so heavy, like you bulked up quick, bro.
Yeah, because when I'm doing it, when I'm serious, I do like track everything and like I break it down to like the macros, and then I just eat, boy. It's like I'm a vacuum cleaner. Like you have to like force flex your stomach for a few weeks so you can like accept the amount of food you have to. It sucks.
Really?
Just because of my body type and my metabolism, like it's hard for me to gain weight. So I have to try extra hard to.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like my metabolism fucks me, dude, because it's like whenever I'm trying to go, like let's say I'm trying to go a full day and just like max out and just be eating all day long, I still find that like I'm still getting hungry at 9 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? Like after I hit the gym and everything's all said and done, I'll drink a smoothie, shower, start working on the pod for a little bit. I'm like, damn, I could go for like a...
How much did you weigh in high school?
Oh, dude, I don't even know. I mean,
I was 126 pounds.
No, like it depends on where at 126 pounds. You are a little bit shorter than me, so it's not even like really that big of a deal. But I was probably close to that as well.
Really?
Like early days high school. But you got to remember, like when we were
was like junior year
when we first met, dude, because we were still in high school and we were like best friends. Obviously, I mean, I was kind of bulking up around that time. You know,
we both were.
It was like football season, stuff like that. You were too, but I think those early days high school, like I was skinny as hell, bro. There was no way I was pushing more than like 130 in high school, like as a youngin', bro.
When I was on the football field, that shit's crazy.
Yeah,
getting tossed, bro. I was getting thrown.
Like a chance of death out there
that
for
shit
sure.
Was crazy.
Should we jump into win of the week?
Let's do it.
All right, win of the week. So I'll start us off this week.
Let's go.
So my win of the week, keeping it simple this week, not getting super deep like the past 3 weeks. I've
almost cried.
I've elaborated a couple times on these win of the weeks, but no, this week, keeping it simple, man. Nothing to me is more satisfying than a freshly cut lawn. Like, I don't know what, it's the smell. Mm-hmm. It's the way you feel afterwards where you feel so accomplished. Especially when the lawn looks like absolute shit.
Are you hitting them edges too, though?
Oh, brother, I'm hitting edges.
Gotta get them edges.
I got the blower out there, bro. I've got everything going. I've even got the damn weed whacker to get like in the little cracks and crevices of shit where it's like the fucking lawnmower doesn't get to.
Yeah.
You know, so like I'll do the full lawn and then I'll do the edges and then I'll go in like get the little minor details that you miss. You know what I'm saying? Like near any big trees and things like that. Get all those cracks and crevices and then. Yeah, man.
You're basically a barber,
bro. I kind of am. That's actually a really good point
because it grows every. You know,
that's actually a really good point.
It.
That I never thought of it like that, but I'm basically a barber. not a lawn care dude, just a barber.
You're a barber. They should do like some lawn business that's like
both
a barber. You know,
it's being a barber and being like in lawn care are two.
If your name was Barbara. You could be Barbara's lawn barber.
Yeah, all I need is for my name to be a fucking chick's name, and we're in, honestly, right? Like, all I need to do is fucking change my name to a girl.
If your name is Barbara, you're welcome. Hit me up.
Thank you for that idea. So I'll be honest, bro. It's very satisfying to me. Like, whenever I'm out there mowing the lawn, I mean, when you're doing it, it's like, it's kind of satisfying to, you know, watch the progress get made.
Yeah.
But when you're done, bro, I can just sit there and just stare at the lawn forever, man. It just, for me, that's my win of the week. It's simple.
It's a good one, though.
I really enjoy
the
smell, dude. Oh, dude. I mean, if you know, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's, if someone else cuts the lawn, like, I go out there and I find things to critique, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at my lawn, I'm like, what the fuck,
There's nothing there to critique.
Yeah. Dude, whenever I'm cutting that shit, it's nothing's there to critique. But for a while, we had a lawn service that would come through. And so it was like they'd come and like once a week or once every 2 weeks or something in the summertime and, you know, take care of it. But it would only be like a 20-minute job, maybe 30-minute job for them, you know? And so they're like, this is their 10th house of the day. They still got 10 more left to do. So they don't give a fuck about making it look perfect. They're just getting that shit done for sure. And I'll go out there. I'm like, damn, they missed a couple spots on this edging, you know? But now I can go out there. It usually takes me about an hour just to do everything right, you know? And I'm just a one-man show out there. And so it's satisfying. Very satisfying.
Great win of the week.
Thank you.
Love it.
Big lawn care guy, for sure.
Yes, sir. The lawn barber. You want to hear mine?
I do, yeah.
It's probably not as relatable to you, but maybe somebody is hitting a long straight drive on the golf course. This week I brought my...
I'm going to tell you right now, fuck you. Because I hit straighter drives than you. They're not as long as yours, but I hit straighter drives than you, for sure.
But I don't know. The last time I played golf, dude, my driver was just on point. Like, I've never, like, and it's crazy. It always happens when I'm alone. I went solo.
I'm about to say.
Nobody was with me. But the bitch is like, I'm telling you, my drives, there was one hole that got me. They moved the tee box where it's like, you have to go way left over the water. And I try to go over the water. And I hit two long ass fucking beautifully straight drives. Landed right on the edge of the water. I was pissed.
Did you still, like, you couldn't play it or no?
Nope, it was in the water. Okay, it was in the water.
Gotcha.
Two good drives. But anyways, that's my win of the week is hitting a long straight drive.
That's a really good win of the week. I definitely know what that feels like, so fuck you. Also, for the people that haven't played golf with you, your driver sounds like an absolute missile when you hit it. Dude, when you hit the golf ball, it sounds like you got to put in fucking earplugs, dude. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't even sound like a driver. That's the thing. It
sounds like a baseball bat, like a metal baseball bat.
It does. That's exactly what it sounds like. Like, picture what a golf ball would sound like ricocheting off a metal or an aluminum baseball bat. Yeah. That's exactly what it sounds like. And it's loud as fuck, dude. It sounds like you're like breaking glass or something.
I feel like I have to warn the people. If I'm playing with somebody, I'm like, and it's the first time I'm teeing off, I'm like, guys, just let you know this bitch is a little loud. And I smacked
Have you ever hit one of those golf balls that are like the exploding golf balls? Like they're like a prank.
I have actually. My cousin got me with that like 2 years ago. I thought he did. Play with him. And then I thought it was weird that he teed my ball up for me. He was like, I teed it up for you. Go ahead. I'm like, okay. And I literally didn't think anything of it. And then I hit that bitch. And it's funny because I swung and then I looked to see where it went. And I'm like, just looking. And then a cloud of dust goes like this. I'm like, oh. And then he shows me the video. The bitch exploded.
That's crazy.
That shit was funny.
See, I want to try it just to see. Was it really loud or no? But
no, they do make the loud ones. Though.
Your driver is like already so loud as it is. So it doesn't even really matter that much, I'm sure.
No, it wasn't like explode. It was just had powder in it. It was like plastic.
That's cool, dude. And I want to get somebody with that one day.
Yeah.
And we need to get back there on the golf course ASAP.
Have you seen the videos of the people hiding in the bushes with air horns?
Oh,
that shit's so funny.
It's funny, but like if I'm out there on the golf course, I'd be pissed.
Would you ever fight anybody on the golf course?
Oh, for sure. We almost have. Me and you almost have fucking 8 times. The last time we went out, we almost fought the fucking group in front of us. Because, dude, I don't like the lollygagging and the dicking around. Right. Like when I'm out there, especially when it's a hot day, bro. Like let's fucking go.
And don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Don't be a fucking asshole. And especially when like if you got a group behind us and clearly like we can't go any quicker because the group in front of us is going slow, then the group behind us starts getting all pissed off. I'm like, first off, you know, between me and you, there's going to be 8 to 15 shots that are made on this fucking hole, you know? So be patient.
Yeah.
You know, we might need a couple mulligans on this hole. Like, you never know how.
But we're still quick with it. Like,
we're
not
very
like,
quick. We're very quick.
We're literally like driving fast, running to our ball. Like,
no, for sure. And I mean, we're very respectful out there. That's why whenever people are disrespectful to us, I'm like, all right, motherfucker. You
about to get a driver.
You fucked up. Yeah. That bitch gonna be loud. No, let's go and jump into this week's episode. Actually, one last thing I want to talk about before we hop into this week's episode. I don't know if you heard about it. When we are recording this episode, it is the day after this got announced. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
That shit is crazy, actually.
That shit is wild, bro. Like, when I first saw that, I couldn't believe that it was real. I had to do some, like, deep diving and see.
I'm kind of annoyed about it. Because why is he only fighting retired fighters?
Well, I mean, the last fight that he had was actually against a pro boxer.
Well, he still sucks. But do you think, how do you think it's going to go?
So, I was just talking to Smitty about this. If I'm being honest, bro, I am frustrated. I mean, it is frustrating because it's obviously like he's a retired boxer or whatever, but he's the greatest of all time. And he's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that in mind as well. Is like he is the hardest hitting puncher of like all time, bro. And I don't know if you've seen any of the videos of him still working out. Mm-hmm. He's in shape.
Yeah, he's still got it.
He beats the fuck out of the dude that he's training with, and like the guy that's got all the pads on, like trying to like take on his blows. Like whenever he's throwing a body shot at this guy, bro,
ribs are broken.
Oh, with the fucking pad on. And no, he's destroying a lot of the guys that he's training with, and so. Shout out Mike Tyson for still like working out and staying in good shape like that.
How old is he? Do you know?
Oh, he's old. He's got to be near
60s?
50. No. He's got to be 50. I think it's like just over 50.
Okay.
Because I heard there was like a stat that said that he's got like 20 some years on Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And just doing the math, I was like, okay, he's got to be around like that 50 range. 60, that man doesn't need to be in the.
I hope Jake Paul gets knocked the fuck out.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If Jake Paul can just survive the fight, like if he can make it all the way to the end of the fight. Jake Paul will win by decision because he's got so much better cardio. He's so much younger. He will be able to kind of like, he'll be able to land more shots if that makes sense, I think.
Yeah.
But then if Mike Tyson can just get that good uppercut or just a really strong body shot, dude, like how do you...
All it takes is one.
All it takes is one. And if anyone can fucking do it,
and I
bro,
feel like
Mike
he could
Tyson.
punch through his fucking block. Like, come on.
True, but I mean, dude, some of those things, it's like some of the videos, Michael throw like a big, like, left hand and then immediately go into an uppercut, bro. So it's like you put your hands up to block that left hand and then he hits you with that uppercut. Like, bro, you are done. It's not even going to be close.
I can't wait.
I think that I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a really good fight. That'll be definitely one that me and you get the pay-per-view for. It's also the first ever fight on Netflix.
No way.
Yeah, so it's on Netflix, which I think is really cool too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like first of its kind. And yeah, really excited for that one. I've got Mike. My money is obviously
I've got
on
Mike.
I really want to see Mike win. That's why I've got Mike. But I think, like I said, if Jake can just survive till the end of the match, I think Jake's got that win for sure. But I'm excited to talk some more fighting in today's episode 90 going down right now. What up, OGs? We are here, episode 90 of the OG Sessions podcast going down. I'm here with my brother, Joey Allen.
Yes, sir.
It's going down today, brother.
Yes, sir. I'm excited.
Dude, I'm excited as fuck for today's guest. Doing the research for this week's episode was very fun.
It was fun.
That's like the best thing about having athletes on the show. It's like you just go through like all of their fucking
all
highlights, all their clips, all their highlights. But no,
and this guy has a lot.
Yes,
let me tell you.
For sure. No, super excited to have this guest on the show, man. It's an absolute honor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man himself, Ramon Taveras.
What up?
Is it Taveras or Tavares?
Taveras.
Okay,
Good
perfect.
shit. Good shit.
Yeah, I got it right.
You got it right.
Everyone that knows me knows that I know how to butcher a man's name. That's for sure, bro. Nowadays, bro, especially the dude that you just fought recently, it's like, how the fuck do you even pronounce that, man?
Yeah.
It's like, it's ridiculous.
No, I even had problems with that name. It wasn't until the second time I started getting it right.
Yeah, for real.
How do you say it? I already forgot.
Series CD.
Series CD. Yeah, okay, sure.
Bookmark that.
Bookmark.
How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, dude, it's an honor to have you on the show, bro. Just watching, your journey and we actually, when you first pulled up, we realized how many mutual friends that we have. Like, I've been seeing you from the sidelines for so long, man. And it's so cool to just see how far you've come in such a short period of time, honestly. And I know you worked hard for that shit.
Yeah, no, I definitely did. It seems to people like it happened so fast, but it was such a long journey. 10 years in the making for me to make it to where I am today.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And so, how old are you right now?
I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30 in January.
Okay, word. So you started fighting when you were 20.
Yeah. So I got introduced into a boxing gym, which is the boxing gym I train out of today, Bulldog Boxing. When I was 15, but long story short, I got into some trouble. My mom kicked me out. I moved to Georgia for 5 years, and I ended up I gotta change my fucking life, and came back at 20 and at 19, and got back in the gym and decided I was gonna try to make that a career.
So did you come back to Bulldog Boxing?
Yeah, I came straight back to Bulldog Boxing. When I moved to Georgia, my uncle and my dad was trying to get me to fight out there, but it was just something about that gym that I just felt like I had loyalty towards. My coach, Matt Vonna. And I'm not going to fight for nobody else unless I go back home and fight for Bulldog. So
you took a break.
Yeah. That's basically, I just lived out my youth. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I was getting into trouble. My mom kicked me out, sent me with my dad, and obviously, people don't know, but I did at that time in my life, I didn't have a great relationship with my dad. So I got there and I was like, you ain't gonna fucking tell me to do anything. And was just doing whatever the fuck I wanted, and I was in and out of jail, getting in trouble, and doing shit that teens do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not normal shit that teens do, but
can I ask? What were you doing?
Man, but I was partying, obviously. That was the main thing. But I was robbing houses, robbing people, doing shit like that, and then
shit changes.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't regret. I regret the shit I've done because I grew up. I'm older. I worked hard for my shit. I can only imagine if somebody fucking ran up in my shit and took it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But it made me the person I am today. You know, and I'm just grateful and thankful enough that I was able to come to a space in my mind where this shit got to change. And fast forward 10 years from then, I'm a UFC fighter.
Bro, fighting saved you, bro.
Yeah,
it sounds like.
It really did.
I wanted to ask you back.
I could only imagine if I was obviously doing that shit out here, but if I kept doing that shit out here, bro, I would have been dead for you know what I'm saying?
That's for sure.
You know how Jacksonville is, you know, and but it all worked out, and I'm grateful for it.
Was boxing an outlet for you? Or was it? Were you going to that gym knowing that you wanted to be a boxer or a UFC fighter?
So I started off playing football for Pine Forest here in Jacksonville on Emerson, and I was loving football, bro. That was my thing. I wanted to be a football player, And one day my stepdad, we was in the car after my last Pop Warner football game, and he was like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Fat. Well, that's my nickname. I don't know if you guys know that. My nickname's Fat Boy.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So a lot of people know me.
I'm gonna call you Fat Boy from here on out.
like a lot of people in Georgia, and of course like UFC and as fighting wise, they know me as Ramon, my real name and stuff. But if you was around my friends and my family and people who know me out here, it's Fat Boy. Like,
that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So
did you eat a lot of food or something?
Yeah, I know when I was a baby, I was fat as hell.
No way.
Yeah, so my mom and my family gave me that nickname, and it just stuck with me. Like, my mom doesn't even call me my real name; she called me Fat.
That's funny. Yeah. So you got Fat, the Savage, and Catch These Hands.
Yeah. Instagram.
I like the Catch These Hands one because you even mentioned it in the podcast you were recently on.
Yeah.
I think it was Jackson podcast.
Yeah.
It was cool how like nowadays
Catch These Hands.
Yeah, Catch These Hands. It's just clean.
Yeah. It's funny though how I actually got that name because I used to be a big gamer, and I was playing the UFC game. And the guy's gamer tag was Catch These Hands.
No way.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna steal that shit.
That's hard.
Yeah. And that was like years ago. Like, and I kept it since.
And look at it now.
Yeah,
Do you think you'll ever change it?
No, I'm never gonna change
Don't,
it.
bro.
You know, I feel like that's how I fight, and it's perfect for me. But yeah, no. My stepdad told me, he was like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Fat. You're not gonna get any bigger. He was like, I'm not saying you can't do it, but he said, what you think about doing something else? And I was like, the fuck I'm gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the time I was fighting a lot. I was getting in trouble at school.
Yeah.
And he was like, what you think about boxing? And at that time I didn't know he met somebody on the football field that actually had a gym. Wasn't my coach yet though. It was like somebody else who had a boxing gym. Mm-hmm. And he brought me in there, and the rest is history, man. I fell in love with that shit. Like, I didn't want to leave the gym. I was skipping school to go to the gym. My mom already knew the only way to hurt me was to take away the gym. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just knew that, like, as soon as I got my first sparring session, and I knew that's what I wanted to do.
What position did you play in football?
Shut the fuck up.
I was all over, man.
I was about to say that.
I was all over. Like, my biggest thing was, like, I wanted to be a running back. I want to get the ball in my hands. And as soon as they put me on defense, I didn't want the fucking ball no more.
Were you cracking them
Yeah,
boys?
yeah.
I was
see you
gonna
out
say
there cracking them.
That's all I was about to say. I could so see like him having like a strong safety background.
Yeah, no.
So
they put me at because this is Pop Warner, you know. So we wasn't in high school yet, and I wasn't like you know, the biggest, you know.
Sure, yeah.
But in Pop Warner, you know, I was 13. I played from, I think, 12 to 14 years old.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like one of the bigger kids. That's why I thought I was going to be big. I could have swore I was going to be huge. Like, you know, and at the time I was putting on size and stuff like that. But I remember they put me, I was like, yo, I want to be a running back. And I'm not going to lie, that I was slow as shit. But I was like tough to take down, like, you know. So they did put me at running back, but only when they needed like that extra 2 yards, 3 yards, you know. And but they put me on defensive end, and I was like, man, they fucking put me on the line, like, what the fuck? Like, and then, but I didn't until I learned what defensive end was.
Yeah.
And bro, I started cracking the shit out of fucking quarterbacks, like, you know what I'm saying, because they wasn't paying attention. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then from there, they put me at linebacker, and I was basically running the defense, like, you know what I'm saying, because I was just so aggressive and but I think that's why my stepdad, like, all right, obviously
you got to do something.
Yeah, you got to do something that's contact, like, you know, because
you got that dog.
Yeah.
It does, bro. You fight very aggressive too.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't. I mean, dude, just watching it's so fun watching your fucking highlights to like prep for this episode. It's cool because your fighting style. I mean, it seems like you want to be on your feet the whole time. If you have the option.
Yeah, you know, and I'm very like an aggressive striker, you know. But a lot of people, obviously, I'm pretty sure you guys watched my last fight. I could fight going backwards. I'm a boxer, bro. Like that's what people don't understand. And I could fight anywhere. Like if you want to be aggressive, fine, go ahead, be aggressive. I'll box you now. Or if I'm gonna push forward and be the aggressor, I'm gonna knock your ass out. You know. And it's I feel like within time I'm going to prove that I have the best hands in the UFC.
Okay.
And my biggest goal is to be the first UFC fighter to transition into boxing and actually beat good boxers. Like, you know. And I don't know if you guys watch fights like that, but like Francis Ngannou fought yesterday, Anthony Joshua, and got knocked the fuck out.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
but
that was dude. I didn't think it was going to go that way.
Yeah,
honestly.
me neither. I thought I was going to at least go into the deeper rounds and stuff like that. But I obviously knew Anthony Joshua wasn't going to play with him. He's a great boxer, and I mean it showed. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But that's one of my big goals, because at the end of the day, I'm a boxer first, and I love boxing.
So do you just not like being on the ground at all?
No. I train. I love being on the ground, and that's something I'm very proud of myself, because I'm really good on the ground.
Really?
Like, and a lot of people don't know that, but I'm not going to. If I get a choice to stand up or go on the ground,
Yeah, for sure.
stand up.
You can tell. I mean, they'll try to get you on the ground, or even like there's times where you'll get them on the ground and you'll just stick to standing above them.
Yeah. And like what I got, I think I got like 4 subs now. Like, I got 4 subs, 4 knockouts, I think, or something like that. Like, I don't know, something like that.
So that works.
Yeah.
You've been sleeping the fuck out of some of these boys, dude. And the one, fast forward a little bit, when did you decide, like, within yourself that you want to make the change from boxing to UFC or to MMA?
So when I was boxing, I went to a lot of people don't know this, my first boxing match ever, I went to the Golden Gloves. And that's like the biggest like amateur boxing competition you could do in Florida.
Damn.
Yeah, so I went there and I was doing really good, and I got my ass fucking dropped like nasty in the third. I was beating his ass the whole time, and the dude like dropped me nasty in the third. And I got up, and the referee still called it off. That was like my biggest heartbreak. I was like,
did he catch
fuck.
you clean? Did you see it coming?
No, because you wearing them headgears and shit, so it cut off like some of your vision, right here. And he threw like a ugly ass like looping overhand right, and I didn't see it, and that shit just boom.
Damn.
I remember getting dropped, and I was like, I opened up my eyes, and the referee's counting, and I just remember seeing his shoes, and I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Ew.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, hell no, he didn't do this shit, and I stand up, and that's when I knew I was a fighter, because when he dropped me, I was more ready to fight him then I stepped in the first I was ready to fight him more than when I was first stepping in that ring. Like, I wanted to fucking kill him.
When
like,
you open
know
your eyes, are you confused? Like, what are you thinking?
So I got dropped twice my career. Like, the first 2 times where I was like, I didn't know what the fuck happened. But it's more like you don't know what the fuck happened, but you was fighting. Like,
right.
Because obviously you in the ring and shit like that.
Just put shit together.
Yeah, and I stood up, and he waved it off, and I lost my first amateur boxing match, and I got dropped my first time ever, and I was like, fuck, like
most
I felt
people
so
would have
bad.
quit at that moment,
Yeah, I felt so bad, and I was like sad as fuck, and I kept apologizing to people, and my coach didn't even care. He was like, bro, I know what you're capable of. Like, that's why I love him though. Like, he seen my capability before I even knew who I was, and who I am today.
Yeah,
and I went back to the gym, bro, and I was like straight revenge on my mind, and fucking I came back and I got a nasty knockout on somebody, like my second fight back and shit. But
and that's boxing. Like,
that's boxing, yeah.
Word.
So fast forward, I kept doing amateur boxing matches. I was doing good. I was winning, and he came up to me one day. He's like, "What you think about doing MMA?" Because that's why I say when I first went to the gym, it was just a boxing gym. Then when I came back when I was 20 years old, it was an MMA and boxing gym.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah. So when I came back, I took a few more amateur boxing matches, and he was like, "What you think about doing MMA?" And I was like, "Man, I ain't about to have nobody fucking kick me in my face." Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then at the time, he's asking me, I'm seeing people rolling around, and at the time, I never rolled jiu-jitsu. I was like, man, I ain't about to be touching no other man like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and because it's awkward at first.
No facts, for sure. No facts.
So he kept pressing me about it, and I finally gave in to him. I said, all right, I'll do it one time. And he was like, all right, let's do it. And then I actually fought Steven Kozler.
No way.
Yeah. And Steven.
That's what. That's gotta be. I mean, shout out Steven, bro. That's
Yeah.
You
could go back and watch it. Like, it was a really back and forth fight.
Was this a combat night?
Yeah. It was my first amateur fight, and I think it was his second or third. And it was a really like back and forth fight. Like, you guys could go back and watch it, but it's exciting as fuck. Like, as an amateur fight, my first amateur, exciting as fuck.
I gotta watch this.
And to be real, he used to talk about it this day. I think I won. I know I won. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they gave it to him or whatever.
Damn.
Not saying like he put up a good fight and everything. Like,
Yeah.
And but after that, man, it was just like it like woke something up inside of me. Like, MMA was like different. Like, the energy was different. Like, boxing, the energy is lit. Like, I feel like once you turn pro, like when you're an amateur, it's all about respect and and like being respectful, not like yelling and turning up. Like sometimes people will fucking knock somebody out in amateur boxing and go crazy and you get disqualified. Like, you know?
No way.
So I was able to like be me, be free, scream, yell, fucking curse, like, you know what I'm saying?
Be the savage.
Yeah, be the savage. And that's what made me love MMA. Like after our first fight, it was a war too, bro. And like that shit made me horny for more. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this shit was crazy, dog. Like he was beat up, like, you know what I'm saying? I was bleeding here and there and shit.
Yeah.
And fucking, it just woke something up inside of me, and I was like, I want to do this again. And then I said, fuck boxing, and kept doing MMA.
That boy really said it made him horny for more.
Yeah, it did.
Bro, I mean, honestly,
Big pause.
bro, if you could see, bro, like some of his fights, like when you're fucking somebody
that
up,
shit's
bro,
crazy.
it's gotta make you feel so
Nah,
good.
man.
Like just when you're, I mean, there's also the times like, you know, even in your most recent fight, like that poor dude, bro, like. How do you, like when
Did he
you're
have to go
looking
get
at
a blood transfusion after that?
Probably, bro. I don't know. This shit was fucked
bro,
up.
when you're hitting a guy, like let's say that you're punching the fuck out of some dude and they're at a point to where like their whole face looks like that.
Yeah.
Are you trying to strike them more in that area because you know they're already wounded there?
Yeah. Like, while he was bleeding so much because I broke his nose. Well, I broke his nose. I cut him right here. He had a cut like on his head.
Yeah.
And he was just bleeding like bad. But like, obviously I want to keep punching him in his nose because like that's just fucking gonna hurt. Like, you know. And
Is there any remorse?
nah.
I was gonna say
Because if it was me, he's gonna do the same shit.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And that's something I had to learn like later in my career. Like I used to like, I still got respect for all the fighters. Like I wish them health. Like, you know, I don't go in there like I go in there wanting to kill somebody, but I actually don't want to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta
I'll
think
feel
like
bad.
that to
I'll feel
protect
bad.
yourself.
Like,
It's your job.
It's my job to do that, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know. And but at the end of the day, I still got respect for them. I still want the best health for them. Like, you know, every time I go in there, I pray like, you know, at the end of the day, I don't ever pray for me to win either. I'm like, this is how my prayer kind of goes. It goes like, may the best man win. At the end of the day, let me and my opponent both go home to our family safe. You know, because at the end of the day, we both doing this for our family, or for he's doing this for him. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But my job is to go in there and be who I am, and that's to be me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be free, hurt you. You know, and it's an outlet for me. You know, because I've been through a lot of shit. Like, I still go through a lot of shit. So like, I feel like when I get to fight, I get to hurt somebody and not get in trouble for it.
And it's okay.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
But
let out some of that anger and that negativity for sure. I honestly, I bet it feels exactly like that.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. Like, that's why. And it's crazy though, because it's like it's short lived though. Like, you know, it's like that's why last year I fought 5 times in 1 year. A lot of people don't even fight twice a year. Like, you know,
Really?
Yeah. Like, fighting 3 times 1 year is ideal for fighters, but a lot of fighters don't fight 3 times a year. Like, you know, I fought 5 times.
Why is it ideal? Because then you get the most amount of recovery and preparation time for your next fight.
I feel like before you get to the UFC, like fighting 3 times a year is good because like you get to run it up. Like, you know, you can't. I mean, some people can like fight back to back to back to back, and it's not really healthy for you. Like, you know, you're not giving your body no recovery time and nothing like that. But it's like I feel like it's a good spread. You fight in the beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year. That's like how I think about it. Like, you know. And but man, like when I started fighting, I just wanted to fight all the time. Like right after my first amateur fight with Steven, I think I got the belt like 3 months later, 4 months later.
Damn. And what weight class was that when you first got into it?
135.
Okay, word.
So I've been a bantamweight throughout my whole career.
That's awesome. When did you get the call saying that you were going to be a part of Dana White's Contender Series?
All right, so like the last year has been like I mean, ever since my brother passed, it's been crazy, but once I got last year was like my most busiest year as a professional, and I just knew like if I keep fighting, I keep winning this year, I'm going to get a call somehow to the UFC. Like we were speaking earlier, I know I ain't have no manager at the time, so I'm like, as long as I keep fighting, as long as I keep winning, they're going to find me, like, you know. And so that was my mindset then. But this is what gave me the confidence of knowing that I could be a UFC fighter. When I first won my belt, my first professional belt with Combat Night, I fought Martin Day, and Martin Day was a UFC veteran. So I was like, this is gonna show me if I'm UFC caliber, like, you know what I'm saying? Because he was a striker, he was good, like he was at that time one of the best fighters I fought, like, you know, and Steven was actually supposed to fight him and stuff like that.
Oh, word,
yeah.
okay.
And then something happened to Steven, and Steven ended up backing out the fight, and I stepped up on week's notice.
Wow.
Yeah. And I went in there and beat his ass.
Were you really excited? Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah.
What were you really excited to get that call, like that move up? Do you feel like that was?
Yeah, because the whole time, I lost what? I think I lost my fourth professional fight in Combinate. That one was a hard one too. I was the same thing. I was beating his ass. He head kicked me, but it was like a flash knockdown. Like, it was the same thing with the serious situation.
Yeah.
I got knocked down. I was still aware, and they stopped it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back, and I beat somebody's ass with one. I beat somebody's ass with one hand. I broke my hand like within the first 30 seconds. Like, it's not on YouTube yet. I'm gonna make the promoter comment I put it.
Yeah, I need to see that.
Yeah, because I want to watch it. I haven't seen it in forever. But I broke my hand in like the first 30, 45 seconds, and I just whooped his ass the whole fight with my left hand.
Dude.
Mhm.
I wanted to talk
Like,
about the
bad.
Charles Bennett fight.
Yeah.
The weigh-in before that, he was talking so much
Yeah,
shit. I know it
yeah.
had to feel good to just sleep his ass.
Yeah, and that was like one of my most nervous fight ever I had.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because he's like a legend in the sport.
He
Like, you
is,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And the motherfucker's wild. You don't know what the fuck he's
Yeah.
coming with, like, you know? And you gotta remember too, you gotta respect the fact that this motherfucker got like 70 something fights. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
just another day in the office. for him.
Damn, I did not realize it was that many.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I mean, it's a losing record. It's like 30 something and 40 something.
I mean, look
but-
where he puts his hands. Does he always have his hands like that?
Yeah, he's always fucking wild.
Did
like,
you
know?
feel did you were nervous for that fight?
Yeah, like and that's what tripped me out, because I'm usually not nervous, like, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, I had a backstory with him. When I was an amateur, the UFC went to Orlando, and I was recovering from ACL surgery and shit. I was still an amateur, and this was like 2017 or something like that, 2018, something like that. But I see him and I'm like, oh shit, Charles Bennett, and he was like, no, it's not Charles Bennett anymore, it's felony. And he was like, you could take it. I asked him for a picture. He could take a picture, but it's not Charles. It's not Crazy Horse, because that was his nickname, was Crazy Horse.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, it's felony now. It's felony. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So that's why he did the whole thing with like acting like, can he get a picture with me and shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
because
was wondering what that was about. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So that's why he had like he had, like, could take a picture.
And you
with me.
really weren't like chirping him that hard at first. Like,
Yeah.
he was going after your chin and all this stuff. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, all right, this is.
But at the end of the day, like, I was nervous. Like, I wasn't nervous then. I was nervous before we walked out.
Yeah.
But I knew what I was capable of and shit
Yeah.
like that. And
you had a left hand that you threw when they ended up missing.
Yeah,
where if
yeah,
you would
you
have connected
connected
on
then.
that.
Boy,
I swear
that
to God,
shit was
me and
crazy.
Joey both.
Yeah,
I look
yeah.
over, I just grabbed Joey. I'm like on the couch. I'm like,
I thought I got hit. I was
bro,
like, oh fuck.
It looks like it's in fast motion or something. Like the way you threw it and how
Yeah.
you're real. I love when you throw a strong hand, but it doesn't affect like you afterwards. Like you just then pop back into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Where, dude, I mean,
a lot of people do that though. Like,
Yeah,
they
like, they fly out of
overload
it.
and
Yeah.
it's
Do you
because
remember-
their balance not right.
Do you remember watching him throw the right kick and right punch at
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
time? What
yeah,
the fuck
yeah.
was that? That shit-
he had a couple that were
Yeah,
so
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
And then me and Joey were kind of thinking, which I wanted to get your opinion on it. Like
Yeah.
when he's standing there and he's got his left arm basically like down by his leg and he's like
Yeah,
his
yeah.
hands like by his knee. Does that incline you to want to? Is he trying to bait you? Do you
Yeah,
think he
yeah.
used your right arm?
Some people like, he's a veteran, you know, and
Yeah.
and that's what was going on. He's just trying to bait me, like, you know, and that's why at first I was trying to head kick him, but I ended up when I kicked him with the first body kick, I tweaked my knee.
Damn.
And at the same one, I had ACL surgery on, so I was like, fuck, I can't throw that shit.
Yeah,
no more.
stay
Like,
off that.
Yeah.
Word.
So now it's just all about timing and getting him against the fence, so I could make him react, so I could counter him.
Did you
which
think the
ended
one
up
you
happening.
threw was gonna do what it did? Because it was kind of like
So
you didn't really see it. Like,
Man,
it,
it
just
was just like, I didn't even know I did that shit. Like,
Really?
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm so like in the zone and in the moment. Like
His
I was
eyes
like,
rolled,
Like when I
bro.
hit him, I was like, what did I just do? What did I just do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just so caught up in the moment, like, you know, and it's just such second nature for me. Like, it's not like something I think about. Like,
Yeah.
it was
just
just
throwing
straight-
punches.
right off the hip. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
But then if you watch it though, he threw the jab. I knocked the jab down with my right hand, and
came in.
he
with
came.
it.
He's coming back up, hit him with the left, and he dropped.
Slept his
And
ass.
I had respect for him. That's why I head
You
kicked
didn't
him on
get
the way
that, yeah.
down. Like, I could have head kicked him on the way down, but I
Could
respected
have
it.
fucked
Like,
him up.
Well, dude, his eyes were already rolled in the
Yeah,
back of his head. If you
yeah.
watch the video in slow mo, the dude's like, he's out.
He's out.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
for
out.
sure.
He's out. And But yeah, man, I remember being in the back and I was just like, fuck, I can't believe I'm fighting this guy right now. It wasn't more like I was nervous about fighting. It was more like, I can't believe it's him I'm fighting.
Yeah, because especially just being someone you looked up to, it's not even like he's a huge name, but he's had so much experience.
Yeah,
and in a way, it's almost like it's not like you're fighting your idol, but it's like you're now competing with someone that you've been seeing. So
I watched him. I watched him before I even got into MMA because he was just because he was just doing crazy shit, like spinning people around, throwing them against the fence.
And was that your last fight before you got the call for the Contender Series?
No, my last fight was James Dunn.
Yeah, James
it was the
Dunn.
fight after that.
And so when you get that call, you don't have a manager or anything. It's just you.
Yeah. And basically my coach was managing me at the time. Like he was getting the calls and doing the stuff for me. But he calls me and we kind of knew it was going to be the Contender Series because like we started hearing my name going around like through the promotion and stuff like that. And they gave me the call, man, and I just remember getting it and I couldn't believe it. So I called my cousin. Well, I told my wife first and then I went and called my cousin. And I just started crying. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this shit's unreal, bro. I can't even believe it. Like, you know. But the crying and the happiness of it was like for 30 minutes because I was like, all right, I got the call and what I'm going to do now is like, it's one thing getting that call. It's another thing putting a stamp on it, you know what I'm saying, getting into the UFC. So I ended up meeting like a good friend of mine. It's kind of like a mentor of me. His name is Gerard. I met him when I fought Martin Day, and it's a crazy story because he went out there to do a documentary about Combat Night.
Word.
And obviously Steven was supposed to fight him and stuff, so they was there for Steven, and I ended up stepping in, and then seeing how I handled Martin Day, like, bro, I fucking went in there, threw his ass against the fence, told him he was too small, like you know how when people be dunking on people and doing that. I did that to him when I threw him against the fence. I was just like showboating his ass and whooping his ass at the same time.
But the UFC loves that shit, bro. Like that's what, if you're trying to get their attention, that's what you gotta do.
And then I ended up catching him with a body shot. He ended up like trying to take me down, and I ended up catching him with a knee on the way down, and I ended up grabbing his neck and I choked him to sleep. And then everybody was just like surprised. Like Gerard was like he came up to me afterwards. He was like, I'm going to make you a fucking UFC superstar and this and that. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? You ain't going to do shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just selling me a dream. Like, you know, but he's been following me the last 2 years. We got some good stuff coming out soon. Like, you know, and he's been a big help. He was the one that introduced me to Uriah Faber. You know, I don't know if you guys know him. He's a UFC legend. That's
my God.
Yeah. So, like, when I was at that Jackson podcast, the surfer looking dude.
I was about to say, is it the skater looking guy? Because he always gets toasted for that, but he's a badass fighter.
Yeah, no, he's a badass fighter. He's a legend, bro. Real deal legend. He's the one that created the 35 division. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's a legend. That's crazy. So he put me on with him. He has a great gym called Team Alpha Male, which now I'm part of because he's managing me and stuff like that. So very blessed and I'm thankful. But anyways, so Gerard was telling me, like, you know, we got you into the UFC. Not Gerard, but my coach was like, we're gonna get you into the UFC. We got the Contender Series fight coming up, and then fast forward, you know, I went to Team Alpha Male for the last 2 weeks, and then I fought Sirius CD, and then that bullshit happened.
Let's talk about that bullshit.
Yeah,
'cause for me, like, there's got to be some kind of punishment for the ref in that instance because you trained so long. First off, how long did you have to prep for this fight? Like, what was the call, and then
I had a decent time to get prepped for it, and it was a good camp. I believe it was like 8 weeks or something like that.
Okay, is that the typical time that you want for a camp?
Yeah, you want like 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm gonna need like 8 years. No, so you get the 8 weeks, you go in there, you've put through all this prep work, and then, I mean, dude, as an average viewer, bro, you're clearly still there. How do you think that fight would have gone had it not been called early? Because I mean,
I probably would have subbed him, to be honest. Like, you know, because he was to be real, when he dropped me, like, he didn't catch me with no shots on the way down, even when I was on the floor. So a lot of people get overly aggressive and get too horny and shit, and then they ended up getting caught because they're fucking just thinking they're gonna get you out of there. You know?
It was a great shot by him, but at the same time, bro, it was like you were still there for sure. And compared to I mean, and then I love how you come back in that second fight. You had that chip on your shoulder. Like, I'm about to prove to you, motherfuckers. Like, how did it go? Like, whenever because clearly when it got called, bro, you're like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, you were we were all surprised when it happened. Yeah. But then did you speak to somebody or Dana or someone like let you know?
So after that bullshit happened, I remember I wanted to spaz. I wanted to go crazy in there, and Uriah was like, he was like, just calm down, shake their hand, and tell him congratulations, you know. And that's why I didn't want to fucking shake his hand, but I did.
Yeah.
And I shook his hand, and then I went to the back, and that's when I heard Dana White. He was like, "That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit." I was like, "Ain't no way I'm hearing his voice right now." So I look up, and Dana White, and he was like, "That's one of the worst stoppages I've ever seen in my life." He said, "You was looking great out there." He was like, "Can you make 35 easy?" I lied to his ass. Like, yeah, I can make it easy. He was like, "You think you can make it in 5 weeks?" And I was like, for week 10. And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I'll see you then." And so fucking I went home. It was my kid's birthday week that week. So I spent the week there and chilled with my kids, and then I went straight back to California for the month. And then came back 4 weeks later.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then that's when you had the second fight with him.
Yeah. No, that's when I had the fight with Cortavius.
Oh, word.
Yeah. Cortavius, I knocked his ass out in 28 segens.
That was that was a crazy ass fight. That's the one that I saw the clip from where I was like, dude, what the fuck? Slept him so quick.
Yeah, and he's a grappler, you know. I don't even know why he came out like that. That's why, like, in the beginning, it shocked me because I'm like, all right, he's just doing this shit to shoot on me, like, you know. And then I looked at his eyes, respecting him, though. Like, I looked at his eyes and I was like, nah, he's trying to kill me right now. So I was like, all right, that's a bet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we're gonna stand up then. And that's when I slowed shit down, and I already knew I was gonna catch him because he was like just overly aggressive.
Yeah.
And he threw a jab, I pulled back, counter left hand, and that was when I first dropped him, and the rest was just there. Like, everything was just slow motion for me. Like, you know, I mean, it's fucking looked like we was doing this, like, you know what I'm saying, for 28 seconds, but everything was just so slow for me.
If you don't win the fight, are you not getting paid from it? Do you have to win?
No. You get paid. So they pay you like this. They pay you they pay you show money and win money.
Word. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they're in boxing, they just pay you one flat shit, no matter if you win or lose.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but they pay you show money and win money. So but on Dana White Contender Series, he's like, you lose, you basically not going into the UFC. Like,
yeah,
you know
no,
what I'm
for sure. Yeah.
So that's why I knew, like, when I fought Cortavius, I'm like, it's probably my last fucking chance to get into the UFC.
Yeah.
So I was ready to die that day, bro. Like, I'm not gonna even lie to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna do whatever it took to win. And I mean, I was blessed that night. It was one of the best nights ever in my life.
Good thing
like,
it was quick too.
That's gotta be fun. Hell yeah,
quick,
bro.
I wasn't hurt. I wasn't nothing. Like,
so then you were probably you're probably feeling really good going into that next fight.
Yeah, to be real now. Like,
really?
Because I ended up going through a lot of shit. That's what people don't know about my last fight. Ended up falling out with my coach. I was going through a lot of family shit, like, you know what I'm saying, and
Word.
I didn't really have a gym. Like, you know, remember I told you I just got signed to a manager, and, you know, I mean, and I had the chance to go back to Alpha Male in California, but it was the month of December. That's the month my brother passed away. It's Christmas, and I just had my daughter. This is like my first Christmas with my daughter, and New Year's.
For sure.
And remember, I'm at bad terms with my family, so I didn't want to leave my wife behind with the kids and shit like that. So that camp was like the worst camp I ever had.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because, like, mentally, like, I was just drained. Like, you know, it was just like, fuck, bro, I'm just...
It's hard to stay motivated in those situations. I can only imagine.
It's going family, like, problems, and then me and my coach not fucking being cool and going through it, and yeah, but I was basically my training camp was out of fucking Crunch Fitness.
That's crazy.
Bro. Yeah. Like, I didn't do shit but go there, lift weights, run.
So what do you do now to, like, protect your mental to stay in the good headspace?
That's why I did everything I had to do to get it right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the gym to me is my peace. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where I forget everything. And but me and my coach wasn't at good terms, so it's like, the fuck I'm gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not the type to just, like, all right, we had bad terms, whether he was right or wrong or I was right or wrong. I'm not the type to just go fucking, I'm gonna go to that gym then and call it a day. Like, you know, I got too much respect, too much loyalty towards him to do some shit like that. One. Two is just like, anybody would be happy to have me, you know. So I wanna be at a gym that I know they're, like,
They have your best interest.
Yeah, my best interest. They're gonna invest in me, like, you know what I'm saying?
You have the leverage, like, you know, a lot of gyms will take you, obviously, with their credibility.
Yeah, you know, so I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna thug this one out. I'm gonna do it by, and then it came to, I'm gonna do it by myself.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it by myself. Like, fuck that. Like, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show everybody I could do this shit by myself, because I've been doing it not been doing it by myself, but I get, at the end of the day, I get in that cage. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nobody else getting there for me, and I took my L's by myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was like one of the worst camps ever. Like, you know, and the only reason why I kept pushing was because of, I just wanted to prove myself that I could do it myself. Not only that, but I didn't want to back out the fight because I wanted to get my revenge on Siri.
Yeah,
like, you know, and
I was gonna say that's got to be like in the very bottom of the barrel. There's got to be like a little fire burning for that revenge.
Because my wife was like, man, just don't take the fight till you figure all this out. And I was like, man, fuck that. I don't want him to think he got any leverage over me and thinking I'm a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not the fact.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I get there. I mean, obviously, if you go back and look at all my fights before that one, bro, I was in so much better shape. I made weight. I ended up missing weight. Like, you know what I'm saying? I missed weight. Yeah, I missed weight. Possibly missed out on 50,000 too, because I missed the weight, because that was the fight of the night. Like, you know, that was the real fight of the night.
Oh,
but they gave it to Sean Strickland that night, and but I know everybody was saying that was a fight. Like, me and Siri's fight was fight of the night
for sure.
But
that's crazy. They give it to Sean Strickland, bro.
Yeah.
Now that's fucking that is insane, dude.
But what I take away, the positive note that I take away from all of that shit that I went through last camp and through that fight was I beat Siri at my absolute worst.
For sure.
And he was at his absolute best. He came in there bigger. He came in there stronger. Like, I looked at him and I was like, this motherfucker came here. Like, he took it serious.
Yeah.
And like, I bullshitted. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could have done things. I know I'm about to fight in the UFC. I could have fucking went to Alpha Mill. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't have Uriah in my corner at the time, because I'm not going to ask Uriah to be in my corner if I'm not training out of his gym. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And but what got me pissed off though is I made an easy fight hard for me. Mm-hmm. Like, that fight would have never been the way it panned out to be if I was in shape and if I took it serious. So, like, you know, the only thing that got me into that cage that day is that I just wanted revenge and wanted to shut people up and prove it I could do it by myself.
That's crazy that you were at your worst.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
That is like
you whooped his ass.
You whooped his ass. You were so locked
worst.
in, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about it when you watch that fight. You look so loose and comfortable. Like, when he throws a kick, you change nothing. You don't like you don't.
Your eye contact is so scary.
Yeah,
it's the eye contact, bro. You almost never like take your eyes off him.
And the reason why I ended up being so comfortable, like, I remember walking out. It's so crazy. Like, everything was like, I actually was like, I felt like I was accepting death. Like, you know what I'm saying, before that fight, because I was like, I know in my mental, I'm not going in there to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I knew, like, I might fucking lose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't take this shit serious. Like, you know, and you, people get what they deserve. Like, you know what I'm saying? Eventually I got what I deserved out of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of accepted it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I remember walking out. I was just like, it hit me though. I was like, I can't believe this shit is happening right now. Like, I'm actually in the UFC. The crowd's going crazy. They going against me. I'm in his backyard. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we in Canada. And I remember just getting in there, and I remember looking at him, and like, so like the whole place is lit up, right?
Yeah.
And it's me and him in a cage. And before that, I remember just walking around, like, I'm just like walking around, like, I wasn't being myself, like, I was just like walking around the cage. And this is how bad my camp was. It wasn't like this is how bad it was. Like, I had my wife in my corner, like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. Like, you know, and not saying like nothing bad about her. I love her. Like, I'm happy she was there and shit like that. But it's like, I could have had coaches or something like that, like, you know. Yeah. And but my coach did come. We ended I was like, bro, I need somebody to hold mitts for me. Like, we just put that shit to the side. Just come out here, hit mitts for me, warm me up, like, you know what I'm saying. So,
for sure.
So I could go out there warmed up at least. But I had my teammate Austin, I had my wife, and I had my coach Matt in my corner. And remind you, me and my coach Matt, we wasn't best terms, so we ain't had no game plan. We wasn't fucking like, we wasn't locked in like we was like, and still like, animosity there. It wasn't like we was like best friends or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just here to fight, like, you know. Mm-hmm. And I remember just walking in there. My wife looked at me. She was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good." She was like, "All right." And I kissed her through the cage, and then I turned around and I looked at him. And then I remember, like, they shut all the lights off, like, behind him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't see nobody in the stands.
Yeah.
And I remember just looking at him, and I was like, this is a fucking normal-ass day.
Yeah.
It's just on a bigger platform. And it's only as big as you make it in your mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I can't see them. I see him. And he's not that far away from me in the cage. The cage is just a little bit bigger than the usual cage I fight in, like, you know?
For sure.
So that's when I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my hand raised. And then we ended up fighting, and when he shot for that first takedown and I felt his strength, that's when I was like, yeah, we're gonna be in my world now. You're not gonna take me down. Like, I know that for a fact.
Like, you tried so many.
You just kept pushing his ass off.
Anytime he was on the ground, he was always going for your legs, bro. He wanted that takedown.
And that's why people was like, man, you wasn't being the aggressor like you usually fight. You was fighting on your back foot. Again, nobody knew I could fight on my back foot because I'm always the aggressor. I'm a boxer. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was saving energy. I didn't have, like, the stamina that I usually have, you know, because I wasn't in the best shape. So I knew I'm going to just let him just work, and then I'm going to take what he gives me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when all the counter shots started coming in, and then I ended up breaking his nose. And then, and shout out to him, though. Like, he came to win. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of times where I called him, and he could have, it went down. I seen it in his eyes, bro. There's like a lot of times where he wanted to quit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it was like, bro, the crowd would get behind him, and it's like he'll wake up again. Like, I'm like, fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Is it weird at all with all the blood all over you?
Nah. That shit turns me up. Like,
I was gonna say, bro, because you know, like, that's your job.
I mean,
bro.
yeah.
And that fight got voted most entertaining fight of the night, right?
Yeah. That's what. No. So that's the whole thing. We could have got fight of the night and got the bonus money, but I missed weight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, word, okay.
But the fans was under all of our comments and was like, yo, fuck that was fight of the night.
Dude.
I remember walking out of the arena and people were like, yo, sick fight, going crazy and shit.
And he caught you with a couple good ones as well, but also
I sneezed.
What's that?
I sneezed.
Oh, you're good. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Bless me, damn.
Bless you, sorry.
Thank you.
No, but so that fight, whenever you're, I mean, because first round, you guys are both like fully so much energy, bro. Like, you guys are swinging for the fences in the first round.
Yeah.
Even though you're trying to conserve energy, it's like you're still fucking, some of these shots you're throwing, I'm like, dude, there's no way. And then it's interesting how, like, what was it, mid-second round? Like, we really start seeing those effects of those punches on him. Like,
yeah, so I remember trying to get his timing down because he's long and tall for the division, like, you know. So I was like, I'm trying to get his timing down, and he's being aggressive. And he caught me like a few times in the beginning, and then I finally got his timing down. And then I remember slipping. I caught him with a body shot, and he kind of like fell with it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when I started getting his timing. And then I knew he threw it. I remember at the end of the round, this is when shit started to change. I remember I was catching him with the left hand, and then at the end of the round, he threw a head kick. I mean, I could throw head kicks. I'm good at throwing kicks and stuff, but I wasn't in the best shape, so I'm trying to save my energy.
Yeah.
And nobody really sees me throw head kicks, like, you know. So I'm like, I'm about to fuck his head up. I'm about to throw a head kick and follow it with the right hand. And then that's when I threw the head kick. I followed it with the right hand. I rocked him bad.
Yeah.
But it was at the end of the round, and that was probably like the most hurt he'd been in that whole. I mean, I dropped him times after that, but he was like, I know if I would have caught him again, I would have knocked his ass the fuck out. But the bell rung. Like, it was literally like 3 seconds left.
Saved by the bell.
Yeah, he was saved by the bell. And then immediately, like, when the round came, remind you, I'm going to my corner. I'm just so out of mind, like, mentally. Like, I don't even remember shit my coach telling me in the corner.
Damn,
I basically did all that shit by myself. Like, you know, but I knew, like, going into the second round, he's going to try to take me down again. And then as soon as we got there, he shot again.
Yeah.
I defended it well and shit. And then he's being aggressive again. And he'll catch me. Bro, he missed so many shots. That's why when I go back and look at the punch stats, like, I threw less, but I connected more. Like, you know, but he threw more and landed a little bit more. But he missed a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Missed a shit ton.
Yeah, but then I'm going back and I watched the film. I'm like, bro, he missed so many that kind of looked like that he hit me, but he didn't, because I'm a boxer. I'm rolling with the punches.
Yeah,
like, it might look like they hit me, but they really not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'll catch me here and there, like, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't as much as they said as he did, like, you know.
For sure.
And But I just remember just like, I remember just being on cruise control. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just taking what he gives me and just making sure he doesn't wind around. Like, you know, and making sure I don't fucking blow my load. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I already, by the end of the middle of the second round, by the end of the second round, I was getting tired as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like, at the end of the second, I'm just sitting up against the cage waiting to clinch. And I'm just letting him work. He wasn't doing no damage to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't hurting me and shit. I was just letting him work so I could get my win back and then the round ended. So basically, instead of a minute break, I got like a minute and 30-second break. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And third round, all right, here it is. Like, the second might have been close. I got to finish the shit out good. And I feel like I did enough to win. I mean, obviously, I know I did. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Without a doubt.
But that's my biggest takeaway from that fight is, like, I'm proud I did it. The way I did, yeah. Like, you know, like even though I was in such a bad situation and shit was all fucked up, I ended up fighting through with my heart. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And you looked so. It's crazy you say that you were in like one of the worst fight camps you've ever had because you looked so locked in. Like, I mean, it looked like you had been way more prepared than he was in that situation.
No, it's just because it's a fight, you know, and I gotta fight. I'm not gonna sit there and just let him beat my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got to work for it if he wants to beat my ass. Like, you know.
I gotta ask you. You got me and Nick in the ring. You think you're beating our ass?
Yeah, both of you at the same time. Yeah.
He said, yeah. Bro, there's no chance. He asked the last UFC fight of this. Dude, there's like once, because it's going to be, it would take him so like little time to just get one of us out of the picture. You know what I mean? And then it's a one-on-one,
like start running, like you can't catch us, right?
Nah, bro.
Dude, I hate that.
It's just, man, my power is just retarded, bro. Like, it's not, and it's,
I know for a fact you'd beat our ass. I'm not saying
that. I know. I wouldn't even do it. I couldn't even come to
brother, it's a funny concept.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I know.
God, it's one of those things where, I mean, the only way that it would work is we'd have to both go at him at the same time. Like, we'd have to both
just
try to strike at the same time.
Yeah,
like, there's no chance. Like, but then
you guys just got a constant,
bro,
like,
you don't understand. Like, dude, he does one punch, bro. I go one punch, bro, and it's a one-on-one fight, and now you're totally fucked.
You just got to get rid of one. And we're fine.
It's a fun concept. It's fun concept.
It is. It's funny that you say that though, because the Charles Bennett fight, like a lot of people was like, "You're supposed to beat him. He's old and he loses or whatever." I'm the first fighter to finish him as fast as he got finished.
Really?
Yeah, and he I don't think up to that point he never been knocked out.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and then
that boy was so ugly when he got knocked out.
That boy was fucking.
And then after that,
bro.
He went and fought a few more times and haven't gotten finished until like
really.
I just watched him fight Bare Knuckle in Orlando, I think like a week ago, and he finally got finished. Like, you know, and by punches and shit. But
that's Bare Knuckle, so it's like totally different.
Yeah,
too.
but the reason why I said that though, because he actually did a 2-on-1 fight. I think like somewhere overseas or some shit.
No way.
Yeah, he did.
Did he win?
I don't know. I just seen him because he posted on his Instagram. So this motherfucker is crazy.
That's so ugly. It's funny because in Russia they do the 3v3 fights.
Yeah,
and that shit's so funny, dude. It's like, what the fuck?
What if he punched the wrong guy?
Yeah, no facts. Honestly, you don't want to knock out your own teammate that you're screwed. I wanted to get a couple questions, you know, just outside of your journey and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, who were some guys now that are in the UFC that you're looking up to? And you know, we got that big fight this weekend. O'Malley versus
it's today actually.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god, damn. Yeah. So for that fight, who are you taking in that, man?
I got O'Malley.
Got to take O'Malley.
Yeah, O'Malley was he was looking good when they first fought the first time until his leg got fucked up and then he ended up losing. But actually seen O'Malley when I was out there in California when I went to UFC 298. He was pretty cool and shit like that.
That's dope.
He actually even told me like sick fight and shit like that. Like,
oh, that's cool, bro. Yeah,
but,
he's one of those guys that he's got that like attitude the UFC's looking for, bro. Where he's just got that energy, and it's really easy to get behind a guy like that. I think.
But it's crazy though because a lot of people going for Cheeto right now. Like,
I know. I was surprised by that as well.
Like he has a lot of people behind him and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going for O'Malley. I think O'Malley wins. There's a lot of good fights that card. Man, that whole card's good from top to bottom. I'm about to sit home and watch the whole card. Like,
yeah, it's going to be solid for sure.
Yeah.
I think I probably got O'Malley in that one as well.
Yeah.
And then we talked about it a little bit in the intro, the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
Thank you for having that reaction.
Like, what do you think about that?
Shit makes me so mad because I love Mike. He's my favorite fighter of all time. He's like my favorite. Like if I meet him, I'm probably gonna cry.
Yeah.
But I just hope Mike ain't throwing that shit away, bro. Like, I hope he ain't doing it for throwing that shit away for the money. Like, if it's real, like, But I feel like if Mike Tyson takes it serious and if he wins, he might beat him. Like,
he looks like he's in really good shape.
Yeah.
From the
but
videos
but what people say, like, they be paying people to throw fights and shit. I just hope he's not that type of person.
I want him to get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, me
Jake,
too.
not fucking.
And to be real, it's not like I don't like Jake. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I respect what he's done. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's actually showing improvement in boxing.
For sure.
Like, he shows that he could box. Like, and
But going after, like,
but going like, oh my
he's
God,
so old, dude.
come on, bro.
And I was telling Joey, I said, my opinion on it is if Jake can just stay up the whole time, I think he's going to win that fight regardless, just because he's got so much better cardio and whatnot and stamina. But with Mike, dude, if he lands just that right punch, he's still got it, bro.
Yeah,
like,
he
if he
does.
can land that good punch and
I just think
knock his ass
old,
out,
man.
He's old as fuck,
old,
dude.
dog. I hope he wins, though. I hope he wins, but
It'll be
it's set for Jake to win, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It 100% is.
I hate that. Like, I don't even want it to happen if that's gonna be the outcome.
Fucking Jake need to come fight me. For real.
Would you ever fight Jake Paul?
Hell yeah, I'll fight his ass. Like, you know, I know he's bigger than me and shit. I think he'd be fighting like at 200 or 195 or some shit like that.
What guys are kind of at the top of the ranks now that you would could see yourself fighting
In UFC?
in UFC? Yeah.
Everybody. Like, you know, I see
Good
myself.
answer.
Yeah, I see myself beating everybody. Like, you know, I feel like their best matchup is wrestlers. Like, you know, not even all of them. Like, I think Marab is pretty decent. Like, he mixes up the takedowns. I watched him live, so he mixes up the takedowns behind his punches very well.
That's deep.
But man, my movement, my boxing, my power, my speed, my accuracy, man, it's top notch, bro. I like that shit over anybody.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Great answer, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, because there's a lot of fighters out there right now where they don't have your size. Like, honestly, like you got O'Malley, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he is what he is because when you look at him up there, he doesn't look like a super aggressive. Like he doesn't. His physique doesn't scare you. in any way.
No, he's just what I like about O'Malley. He's very
Technical.
long and technical, but he uses it to his advantage.
For
like,
sure.
You know, he's a twitchy fighter. Like, I feel like somebody that could beat him is me. Like, you know what I'm saying? With my aggressive style, my boxing, my movement. Like, you know, he won't be able to land that punch on me.
Once you land or you throw those first like set of punches where they're so heavy, dude,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God. I mean, like your fighting style is a scary fighting style.
Yeah,
bro, you get in the ring, you know you're getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Dude. Like if they don't take you out, then you're done.
And that's why I like the way I fight, because I could just feel the energy from them. I could feel their
Fear.
Yeah, I could feel it. Like a lot of fighters that I fought, they're going there like confident and shit, and I could just feel that shit leave their body as soon as I start punching them. Like,
There was one in the series CD, whatever. You threw like 4 punches to his face, and he was literally like cringing. Like, trying to stop it. Like,
yeah.
You watch in slow mo after you
shit.
rocked his ass, like he was already bleeding and everything.
Yeah.
You rocked him one more time in his nose, and you could just see it in his face.
He's like, he wants
bro,
it to be done.
Yeah.
He's like, when the fuck?
But I
is that
told you,
moment?
bro, that shit left his body, and that shit was coming right back to his ass, because that crowd was getting behind it like, Siri.
How big of an effect does that have on you being like the underdog in that fight?
I love being an underdog.
Yeah.
Like my whole life I was an underdog. Like, you know, so that shit doesn't bother me. Like,
I don't think you'll be the underdog very many more, dude.
Yeah.
Those days might be
I was
over.
like,
dude.
yeah, it's gonna be like 2 more fights, and then everybody's gonna fucking be betting everything on me. But
Is there any specific fighter that you kind of have your eyes on now that you like? Who would you?
yeah, I would
prefer
like to. Right now, I want to fight Raul Rojas. I don't know if you guys know him. I mean, I feel fucked up for calling him out. I'm 30 years old.
Call him out,
He's 19. But
No, dude.
but I feel like that's a big fight, especially on Mexican Independence Day at the Sphere.
Dude, that'd be a really dope fight.
I like to fight him or any Mexican.
I like you in that fight too as well.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, or any Mexican at that. I just want to fight on Mexican Independence Day. I'm not Mexican, but
Hell yeah.
I want to fight a Mexican. I just feel like that crowd and that energy, and just for the fact that it's at the Sphere.
Talk about being the underdog too. Like if it's on Mexican Independence Day,
Yeah, they're not gonna push for you.
Yeah. But him, I like. There's a lot of good up and coming 35ers. Like, they got Cameron Simon. He's all right. Would
you take any
they
fight?
Got a few, I'll take any fight.
Like that they send you if they're
Yeah. Cause I never even like a comment. I never been the one. They'd be like, "No, I'm not gonna fight him." Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How does it go? Where like, do you know for sure you'll be fighting in the next event, or you got to wait for that call for? Because, I mean, after your last performance, bro, how do you not get the fucking call?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work? You know, just run me through it.
I mean, to be real, I just got to the UFC. I just had my first fight, so I actually don't really know how it works. Like, you
Facts.
know, so but I'm pretty sure it works like whenever you feel like you're ready to fight, you let them know like, hey, get me a fight, I'm ready to fight. Like, you know.
Word, okay.
But the key factor is staying ready.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because you could get a last minute call that could change your whole fucking life. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's my problem right now. That's what I'm working on right now is to stay ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll fight. I mean, last year I was fucking. The only reason why I'm taking a break now because I said I fought 5 times last year.
Yeah.
And fucking basically my whole last year was in fight camp. Like, you know what I'm saying? It takes 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks to fight, get ready for a fight, and you're taking a fight, and then fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's
you got to like have a few days to recover.
Yeah. So it was basically all year I was working. So after my last UFC fight, I haven't been to the gym since. Like, you know.
Word.
But I'm about to get back in there next week and get ready for a fight. I'm looking towards like May. I don't know why May 11th they got a card in St. Louis that kind of like
entices you.
Yeah. I kind of want to fight then. Definitely in September. That's around my brother's birthday, and they got Mexican Independence Day.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I want to fight 2 more times this year. Like, you know.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the next time you get in the ring, man. Cause
let us know too,
dude. That'd be sick. That'd be a fun one to travel.
That
to.
would be cool.
Do you? I think it's interesting how. I still just can't believe that you said that was your worst fight camp ever, and you were as lit up as you were. It's like you gotta. When you have a good fight camp, I can only imagine how dangerous. It would be, bro.
But when I have a good fight camp, you can expect shit like fucking Cortavius, like, you know what I'm saying? 28-second knockouts, and I get so mad. I watched that fight like 100 times. I'm like, man, fuck, I would have beat the shit out of this motherfucker if I was in shape, because it was like when I was breaking him. I had to be smart about if I wanted to keep trying to get him out of there or just keep going.
Keep breaking him down.
Yeah, keep breaking him down, you know. And then it came down to, like, it prevented me from throwing kicks. It prevented me from just going all out and being myself, like, you know what I'm saying, and pressing forward. Like, you know, it took all that shit away from me. And but at the end of the day, I'm happy as fuck. I did it by myself. I showed people I could do it by myself. People was doubting me. And look at me now, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure,
I
bro.
ended up doing it, and but I'm really looking for it. I know he's gonna be there for a long time, Siri, and he showed a lot of skill that fight. He's there to fight, and I know we'll see each other down the road, and I can't wait for that third one.
Yeah, I can't wait for that third one either, bro.
That third one
so
is
exciting.
Look nothing like this.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like this one. Look how the first one was going. Like, you know, that's me being in shape, me coming at him and shit like that. You know, and it's crazy that because he caught me with one hard punch when I was like, oh, that shit, he caught me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Against the cage. And it was nowhere near as hard as the one he dropped me with. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, but
had that first fight gone the distance, I don't think you guys would get a third fight.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
But since it was like that fucking early call, it's like you.
And it was the reason why I know me and him will see each other down the road, because that second one was a split decision.
For sure.
Like, you know. But I did it. I beat him. I beat him in his backyard. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
that was crazy. He was in Canada too, which is insane. Like,
I had the worst fight camp. Went to his backyard. Fucking put on a show for the fans. Like, you know, actually looked good doing it. Like, nobody, like you said, you would have never known that I was in the worst shape.
Dude,
like,
you looked
that
locked
poker
the
face.
fuck in. Yeah, for sure, for sure. What's one thing that you love so much about fighting, man?
It makes me feel free. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think about life for a second. Like, you know, I'm just focused on being free and doing what I love, you know. Hurting somebody, it sounds fucked up, but that's what I love to do. Like, I love fighting. I love just like, it's just no better feeling than beating somebody's ass and getting your hand raised, especially when you know somebody trained to beat you.
For sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I told, I be telling people, like, I could have been born at any time, and I felt like my purpose was just to fight. I would have been a gladiator. I would have fucking born in the 80s. I would have been the biggest killer. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I would have been something like that. Like, you know, I would, like, even like before fighting, I was actually thinking about joining the Marines. And the reason why I wanted to join the Marines, because I wanted to fight. I wanted to be front line. I wanted to kill people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying like that, but like, you know, that's what I wanted to do. I ain't want to fucking be on a boat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and I mean, you dealt with so much trauma too. Like, dude, I mean, I'd want to kill people too. Honestly,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
If I went through a lot of the shit that you were going through, you know?
yeah, but you know, the trauma just makes me who I am. It doesn't make me this mean person. Obviously, I'm cool as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, bro.
But that person lives deep inside of me, and sometimes I gotta let them out.
That person comes out when you're fighting.
Yeah. You know, or somebody pisses me the fuck off.
Everyone has their. I mean, everyone has their own ways to get off negativity and like to stay in that comfort, or you know, that happy place, right? You know, and everyone does it differently, bro. And I respect the fuck out of you for doing it the way you did it. Honestly,
thank you, bro. I appreciate it. And the crazy part about it is that it's funny that you even say that's like my outlet and stuff like that. I was thinking like, I'm not gonna be doing on the way here. I was actually thinking this. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this shit forever.
For sure.
So I gotta figure something out from here until the time I retire. That could keep me occupied. Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm not gonna lie, like, fucking I don't fight, I'm probably gonna go crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm actually looking into like getting some mental help and shit like that, like with the UFC right now. Like,
that's
you know
awesome,
what I'm saying?
dude.
I'm saying like I'm crazy because I'm not. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know,
but I mean,
just
you've been
know,
doing
like,
this for so long, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this has been how you kind of control your emotions
control my
for
emotions.
so long,
yeah, so
dude.
I was like, damn, what I'm gonna do? And I've been listening to a lot of like soothing music lately, like just because I don't want to hear that shit. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, damn, what I'm gonna do? And then I'm actually thinking I'm gonna start trying to get into the piano or some shit, bro. Because I actually like music, like, you know what I'm saying. So I love
that, dude.
I was like, man, I gotta do something that's gonna occupy me or some shit, like, you know. And but
and
yeah,
something that doesn't take like as much out of you as well. You want to like acclimate your brain to just be okay with like. I mean, like, for me and Joey, like, to be honest, it sounds crazy, bro, but, like, this hour where we get to talk to somebody new every single week, this is truly our outlet, bro. Especially him. He just been dealing with so much shit the past couple of weeks. It's like, bro, we get on the fucking pod, and it's, like, just such a great energy, good time, and then, like, for the rest of the weekend, we're fired up and just in a good mood. So I can totally relate to you. Now, it's got to be so different when you're going through a full fight camp, and then you got the intensity of, like, being in the fucking ring with another dude that wants to kill you and all that. So you got to. It's almost impossible to find another outlet that is going to be at that level of intensity.
Not only that too, like when you're in fight camp and shit, it's just stressful as fuck. Like people are like I love fighting, I hate fight camps. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Word,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like dieting, can't eat the shit that you want to eat. A lot of holidays go by where you fucking with the family, some shit they eat and you gotta eat this salad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta go to the gym. I gotta bust my ass 2-3 times a day, and like then it kind of like. It puts me in a bad mood sometimes, and I realize I go home. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to be around my kids sometimes because they fucking kids. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, dude.
They're just being kids. Like,
we don't.
Like,
we don't even go through that much stress. We don't want to be around kids, bro. Trust me, we're with you, dog.
But you know, it makes me even. It evens me out, and I'm grateful for my kids, man. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be the fighter I am. Like, you know, I know if I don't fight, if I don't put food on the table, who is? That's how I live my life.
Really
now.
motivating,
like,
dude.
If I don't do it, who's gonna do it?
Yeah.
Not only for them, but for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna come save me. I gotta save myself.
I love that, bro. Yeah, dude. Shout out to you for. I'm so glad you got on the platform. Seriously, it's so cool to learn about you. And you fight so aggressively. You never know. Like, is this you going to come on here and just be fucking pissed off the whole time? Then you get to hear he's cool as fuck. So chill, This is the same situation we had with the last UFC fighter, where it's like you don't know what you're going to get because you only see their highlights.
You only see that. You only see that side of them. Like, that's why when people, it's funny because like I be seeing a lot of people now and they be like. Like, I could tell, like, they're like, can I just get a picture? And I'm like, yeah, go on, get a fucking picture. And they're like, oh shit, he's cool as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're human, bro. I think at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you experience all emotions and just, you know, everyone has their different outlet, like what we're talking about. And I respect the fuck out of you for having yours, man.
Thank you, man.
And it's, I mean, the entertainment that you give, just me and Joey, just these episodes when you get to prepare for them, but also like now going forward, like watching you progress through this journey. It's like anytime you're in a fight, bro, you know we got the popcorn on the fucking we're in the fucking stands. Like, dude, just you got our support, man. It's an honor.
Thank you, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for what's to come, man. I got a lot of big shit coming up, you know, and I'm very, very blessed. Like, and I'm just happy now that I got everything like situated with my coach. I got I just signed to a management team called Vayner Sports. I just signed with them, and I'm just looking forward now. I got to deal with the shit that I was dealing with last camp, and
that's awesome.
I'm looking forward to just being the best version of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Brother. I ain't got to worry about the bullshit that I went through last camp, and I ended up coming to a mind space where it's like, if they're for me, they're gonna be for me. If not, fuck them. Like, you know, I can't force them to be in my life. I can't force people to love me. I can't force people to do anything. That's my biggest problem. That I love. When I love hard. Like, you know, and I gotta stop doing that shit.
It's
like
hard,
you know,
it's
it's hard
when
not
it doesn't
to.
get
Though,
reciprocated for sure.
like, you know, but
Amen.
I'm just excited, man. I'm excited for what's to come, and I'm just excited to show people like who the fuck I am and the type of fighter I am, and because that last fight, man, it still bothers me to this day. Because that last fight, not even supposed to go like that. Like,
I know, yeah. It's crazy. Like, I still mind blowing that he even said he had a bad fight camp. Because in our eyes, we're like, dude whooped his ass.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But at the same time, I can. That just makes me so excited for what's to come. Because it's like, if that was a poor performance, bro.
Shit,
Yeah.
I'd like to see a decent
brother.
performance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely going to go to the distance.
That's why
like
it bothers
that,
me
for
so
sure.
much, like, you know, because I know that wasn't the best me. I know
You're going to
that,
come back hungry.
Yeah,
That's the thing is like
it
that
is.
next fight, especially if it's against him again at some point. Like, dude, that's going to be a good ass fight.
Yeah, but I'm excited, man. I don't know who they throwing in front of me, but whoever they do throw in front of me, boy, that motherfucker food. Like,
Good luck.
For real.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and wrap this up with Joey's favorite segment. It's Joey's top 3. So every week, Joey comes up with a top 3 category. It's for our audience to get a little bit of a deeper dive into our guests and who they are. Typically, it has nothing to do with our conversation.
Okay.
He crushes it every week.
All
So
right,
this is his
let's do it.
favorite segment. You'll give your top 3, and then we'll follow you up.
All right.
Do you drink alcohol?
Hell yeah. I was gonna ask you if y'all had some.
Of course.
So I want to know top 3 alcoholic beverages. It can be a mixed drink, shot, can. In order. What's your number? What's your go-to?
Henny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Henny.
Word, shout out to Henny.
I know you I know you hang out with R. Shout out R.
Yeah. So if I was to go to the liquor store and get something, I'm grabbing a bottle of Henny, and I fuck with. Lately, I've been fucking with Michelob Ultras. Yeah,
Bro.
Yeah.
Good Michelob Ultra.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
TBC's
yeah.
coming up. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be off. It's going to be a Michelob Ultra and Twisted Tea diet on fucking on TPC, bro. I'm excited
And
for
the reason
uh,
why I like Michelob because it doesn't make me feel bloated. And shit.
Yeah.
I'm usually like
Yeah.
drinking Coronas and shit, and then like I don't really fuck with the seltzers like that. But I've been fucking with Happy Dads. Like they're straight. And I've been fucking with Happy Dads before Happy Dad was Happy Dad. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
their branding is insane.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
gotta get behind a company that's just like
Yeah.
booming like that, bro.
Yeah. And but yeah, Hennessy. And if I'm not drinking Henny, I'm drinking Henny.
I love that, dude.
All right, I'm going next. You ain't going next.
You motherfucker.
So my number 1, if I'm going to the bar, it's got to be like Crown and Coke.
Crown and Coke. Yeah. See, I don't drink soda, so
True. Yeah.
So
Respect.
And then after that, I'm gonna do Twisted Tea.
all right, Twisted
Gotta
Tea. Y'all
love
fuck
it,
with the
brother.
Twisted Tea,
Brother,
hitting people with it.
Brother, I'll fuck up some Twisted Tea. Dude, I will fuck up some Twisted Tea. It's bad.
And then number 3,
Yeah, y'all making me want to drink.
It's a dirty way when he does food, bro. When it's a top 3 for food, it's fucked.
I'll probably go Yingling.
Yingling.
Yeah, I
You do
Yingling.
like Yinglings.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah.
What are yours?
I'm gonna go. I just had it. Hayden put me on this one. It's a Jameson Ginger. I don't know why. It's
Yeah.
solid, bro. It just goes down smooth for me. I fuck with a Jameson Ginger. But my number 1's got to be Twisted Tea.
Yeah.
So I'll go Twisted Tea,
I'm fucking with that
Jameson.
Twisted Tea.
Dude, my Twisted Tea. That's the thing, bro.
I'm about to try that shit.
It's so good.
Brother,
You've
you
never
had
had it?
Twisted
No,
Tea?
no, I've never tried
Oh,
it.
now I'll tell you right now, it's unhealthy as fuck for you. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I'm pretty
it's
sure
one
it
of
got
those
hella
things.
sugars in it. And shit.
I-
Fuck it.
I know tons of people that have like been on big Twisted Tea diets, and then eventually, they have tons of problems down the road. So it's
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
those things.
yeah.
Where,
Damn, I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, no.
Never mind.
Brother, Twisted Tea's not the healthiest shit. I mean, if you look at it, even the nutrition facts on Twisted Tea, it's like it's worse than a beer. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
why you just don't look at it.
But I will tell you this, brother.
Just drink it.
They're so easy to fucking put down. I mean, if you're drinking milkshakes, drink a damn Twisted Tea. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? It's the
yeah,
same
yeah.
shit, you know?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's definitely not like the best thing to drink if you're trying to
Yeah.
like, you're on a diet or something like that. But bro, who gives a
Yeah,
fuck?
drinking is unhealthy to begin with.
I'm not drinking to get skinny. I'm drinking to get drunk.
True.
Hey, we gotta drink together, right?
I'll be honest though, bro. For me, I don't drink a lot, so for me, I'm okay with crushing a case of Twisted Teas with the boys. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like for me,
yeah.
I'm not drinking every night, so it doesn't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
But then I think for my number 3 pick, I'm gonna have to follow you up with that Michelob.
Yeah, Michelob.
Like, and I'm new to the
Yeah,
Michelob
yeah,
game,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And it's just for me, I've never been a big beer drinker, but just
Yeah.
kind of go down like water. I hate to
Yeah,
say it, bro.
yeah,
It goes
it
down
does,
like
it
fucking
does,
water.
it
It's
does.
easy, dude.
Yeah,
And when
it
you're
is.
outside, like. My favorite thing is drinking outside. So if like
Yeah,
you're on the
yeah.
boat, if you're on the golf course, if you're fucking beach with the boys,
It's
whatever
like
the
that
fuck's
shit
going
just
on,
goes hand in hand.
bro. It's so
Twisted
easy.
Teas on the golf course. gotta happen.
I just think about that. That's actually a dangerous combo right there.
Me and my dad, every time we go, we got a cooler of Twisted Teas.
Oh,
we're
my
gonna
God.
but we're like tipping that bit, tipping the golf cart.
The golf cart.
He's leaning into every turn. He's like trying to flip that bitch.
Lead with that
lit.
boy. I like it, bro.
lit.
Shout your dad too.
Yeah,
He's a
shout out.
legend on the golf course. But no, man, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Where can the people find you, by the way? We already mentioned it a little bit in the beginning. Catch
Yeah,
these hands.
so on Instagram you can catch me. You can find me on Instagram at Catch These Hands. It's catch_D's DEEZ_hands. And then Facebook, you can look me up, Ramon Taveras. I'm new to the Twitter game. I just opened up a Twitter. You can find me, Ramon Taveras.
We'll help people out.
Or I think it's like the Savage Learner, some shit. I don't even know. Like
Y'all do your thing on Twitter. We'll be tagging you in the post we post on Twitter, so you'll be good
I'm
there.
new to the Twitter, so I don't even be posting. I just be watching the.
It's actually not even Twitter anymore, brother.
It's X.
Yeah.
And I'll still like be saying, I'm like, oh, retweet that or some stupid shit. It's like,
Yeah.
What do you say now?
Repost. I think it's repost.
Repost.
That shit's stupid.
Yeah, it's
That's what you do on Facebook.
That shit's still Twitter.
It'll always be Twitter, bro, and it'll always be a tweet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking making a post on X. It's a tweet, okay? No, man, but thank you so much for coming through.
No,
dude.
thank you guys for having me, man. This shit was awesome. This is actually, I think, my first interview podcast since after my fight. So
really?
Nice,
it's
good
dope.
shit.
It's an honor to have you through.
A lot of people been hitting me out. I'm like, I don't feel like talking right now.
Appreciate you.
And then I owed you guys this from fucking last, I think 2 weeks ago. I was supposed to come and shit.
Nah,
But
bro,
thank
I
you
really
guys.
appreciate you. Thank you for coming through,
Nah,
especially
thank
with
you
all the
guys.
shit you've been going through with the past year and fighting 5 times in a
Yeah,
year, man.
yeah.
And, no, you've been on our radar for a while, and just one of those things where I knew we had mutual friends. And, dude, I've just wanted to meet you. Fuck the interview and everything.
Thank
Like,
you, man. Thank
dude,
you. I
and,
appreciate it.
And, love to grab a beer with you or a Michelob Ultra when I
Twisted tea.
Dude, how about we
Twisted
some
tea?
Hennessy in that
Yeah,
bitch?
yeah,
bro?
Hell no, I
Fuck
ain't
it.
drinking them up with Hennessy. Hell no.
No,
I gotta get on that demon mode.
Hey, I'll tell you right now. Next fight, when me and Joey are at it, we'll definitely
You gotta
be
take
there.
one shot from me.
Oh, brother,
Yeah,
one shot of Henny from me.
Hey, afterwards, we'll see you with that bottle, brother. we're getting the whole fucking bottle if you take that bitch home.
Nah,
so.
but one thing about me, boy, everybody know I'm big. I don't smoke or nothing like that, so I'm a big drinker. So
Hell yeah, bro.
Fucking, I'm always looking forward to drinking, especially like with new people and shit like that. I just love drinking, bro.
Great social event, bro.
Yeah.
And no, shout out to you. I think we
Yeah,
all
yeah.
do. And honestly, look forward to just continuing this relationship into the future, bro. So
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you for coming through. This is the OG Sessions podcast. Joey, we good?
We are good.
This is episode 90. So everyone stay locked in. We got 10 episodes left of season 2. Season 3 is dude, the fact the concept
Season 3 is going to be wild.
It's just gonna be fucking wild. So thank you for coming in here and helping us close out season 2, like the backstretch with a bang.
Yeah.
As you guys know, the episodes get better every single week. If you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, make sure you do all that. 5-star rating on your favorite platforms. Patreon is always popping off. So if you're not a certified OG on Patreon, you're gonna wish you were.
Do it.
You're gonna wish you were, because we're actually taking down all our live streams too. So all of our previous live streams from season 1 that we did, where you can watch the whole interaction from when the guest shows up until we finish the episode, those are all gonna be gone. So if you guys want to catch those, you maybe got 1 week left. If not, then you snooze, you lose. That's how
Not
it
that
goes.
fuck yeah.
No, so
good.
shout out to everybody that came in to tune into this episode today. Shout out to Ramon Taveras for
Shout out to you guys.
popping out. Appreciate you, bro.